Hi everybody. Um, so I was thinking about some of these videos I keep coming across, and my ministry is about helping people. It's what God, the things that He's given and poured into my life, and the knowledge that He's given me, I'm supposed to help others with. Um, and one of the things that I noticed I haven't been talking about, um, and I probably should be talking more about because it's becoming quite the problem, is relationships. Um, as someone who has survived both an abusive and a narcissistic relationship, two separate ones, I do have some experience in that. The biggest experience that I don't have is that I did not trust God. And I learned later, as I am now, later in life, 58 years old, I've now learned that there's a way for you to wait on God's timing and to have a firm handle on how to do that. So you do let God know that you do want someone, because some of us don't. Like, I don't think I really want anybody. I don't want the inconveniences. I don't want what I have to give up now. I gave up too much in the past, and I'm not willing to compromise on anything, which doesn't make me suitable. And I know that, and that's fine. I'm a widow, so I'm happy to stay that way. Um, but there are those youngins out there, the 20 somethings like my son, who don't understand what it means to truly be able to hang on and hope and give God that space in your life to bring the person into your life. Okay? So, how do you do that? Well, first off, you tell God what you want. You be very specific about it. It's not wrong. I know people might tell you, "Oh, you want a blonde for sure," like that. But more than likely, give more the characteristics rather than like size ratio or something like that. I mean, I know that there's things that we won't put up with, and maybe that's something you need to definitely address. But I mean, characteristics are more important. The things that you can live with, you can't live without. But kind of have firmly in mind the kind of personality that you want in your life. Be clear about it, and then thank God for it. And then what you need to do is you need to become the best you that you can be. You need to live your life the best way that you know how, and to get your life tippy top as you possibly can, because that's how you're going to align. Okay, now this is the very kind of metaphysical part of it all. um have you ever taken two cell phones and put them side by side? Like, try it once. To put two cell phones side by side and start go on TikTok, start scrolling both of them. Start scrolling both of them. Do you know eventually they're gonna sync up? It's a phenomenon, okay? And that's what I'm trying to get across, is that what you want ultimately above everything else is that you want to sync up with the person that you want. There's an alignment that people don't talk about alignment. I mean, you got the love languages, which is pretty good, and that is definitely a book you need to read. Is Love Languages. Learn yours and learn what you can't tolerate. That's the main thing. But alignment is above everything else. If you can't successfully align with the person, you're never gonna have a good relationship. Never. The person that I was closely aligned with happened to be narcissistic, and it wasn't like he was born that way, or just came by it like normally. He was abused, and so I know that that person, if it hadn't been for that, he would have been like, like a soulmate, right? But the problem is that problem, the denial of the abuse and things like that caused. That's where we had our problems. But if you were to take that one significant thing out, like everything else is aligned, and that's what kept me there, unfortunately. So be careful of that, because even your right person might be so damaged that it's not worth staying with them. It's not. I'm a survivor simply because I outlived my narcissist. Otherwise, it would have killed me. So don't be that person. Let God give you the person. I don't believe that I will ever meet the person that I was supposed to be with, simply because I had 2 marriages at 15 years each, and wasted most of my life on these 2 men. So I mean, it is what it is. I accept it for what it is. But I mean, it'd be nice to have somebody I'd be aligned with. I don't want to live with anybody again. Not, that's not my kid. No, I'm sorry. Anyway, so it would be a very difficult thing, and the man would have to be somebody extremely special that God would have to bring along, I guess, who would be able to deal with my butt. But if you're 20 something or even 30 something, there's still hope for you. And alignment is a big thing. And so the way you align is you live your life the best way you can and continue to do things all the time. In other words, don't become like all over the place kind of thing, right? You can't be aligned with somebody that's all over the place, right? So you need to have your specific goals, the things that you do every day, the things that you're willing, that you want, that you're going to do your whole life, right? Be doing them now. Be doing them now, because that person needs to be aligned with them. And there's no natural alignment unless you're doing them. It's just like the scrolling with the 2 phones side by side, right? At first, they aren't aligned. They're just not. But the more you scroll, you see what I'm saying? They start to get aligned. So the action's the same, right? The scrolling. So same here. So get into yourself a routine, something that you will want to do your whole life, that you will incorporate your whole life, working at your job, maybe working out, the way you eat, the way you live your life in general, right? None of this like frenzy kind of 20 something chaotic stuff. You need to like be done with that because it's not going to help you. So anyway, I hope that that's some words of wisdom from a 58-year-old basically failed relationship person who learned too late. If we were 300 years old, able to live 300 years old, well, I could have a second chance.